Hello friends, today change the timing chain on the Nissan motor MR20DE. The cylinder head of this engine was cracked near the thread of the first candle. Because of not correct replacement, antifreeze began to go all over. The well was filled and had already begun to overflow over the coil on the cover. The sequence of disassembly is not so principled. You can do as you like. The only thing that when you change the timing on the motor transverse location, you cannot do without lifting or jacking the motor, depending on what conditions you have, in order to remove the right cushion. My car is on an elevator and there is a jack under the engine. Don't do it with too much force because you can damage hoses, tubing, wiring, exhaust system, or the shifting cable. After removing the cushion, you will see a window under it, through which it is easy to unscrew the alternator belt tensioner. If you have unscrewed all the screws that fix the front cover, you can try to remove it accurately. It is not an easy procedure. The main thing here is not to hurry, not to break anything. It is very tightly fixed on guides and sealant. If you were able to remove the front cover, then you can remove the chain. Of course, before removal, the first cylinder must be at the top dead center. Then you can unscrew the tensioner, two guides, and remove the chain. Then in my case, I remove the old and install a new cylinder head. Except for changing the valve stem seals and oil seals, I have not done anything else with it. The head is installed without camshafts and without a bed, as the bolts are under the shafts. Phaser and second sprocket also removed because they interfere with the installation of the bed. We bought the cylinder head from the Japanese engine, which has the dissipators in the intake channels and the eager system. At the cylinder head, because of this, there is a special window that safely closes the native thermostat body. There are no other differences, and it fits bolt and bolt. The phasing unit has 5 holes. For oil supply and return, the 5th for the dowel. There is no way to mix it up, and you cannot install the phasing unit incorrectly. The dowel hole is further from the center. The camshaft has the same 4 holes and the key. Now about the marks. On the exhaust shaft on the sprocket right next to the tooth is a mark. Behind the sprocket on the cylinder head there is also a mark. The chain has marked links. All these marks when the chain is installed must coincide. The same applies to the phasing unit, only it has a long groove on the housing instead of the mark. Lobes of the first cylinder on camshafts in this case look inside by about a few tens of degrees. In such a position they are on any of the headset when the cylinder is at DC. Set of GRM we took from the company BGA with number TC6310FK. He universal. Applicability to your motor, please check in the catalogs. In the kit, 3 chain rings, 2 chains on the timing chain and oil pump, 2 sprockets, and 2 tensioners. With a torque wrench, tighten the gear and phaser, holding the camshaft with a wrench. It has a special place. installed the new chain. Here are the marks that I told you earlier, the dark chain links, the marks on the sprockets, and the cylinder head. On the crankshaft sprocket also has a mark. There is a point. She is now at the bottom, against her dark chain link. Now you can pull the latch out of the tensioner and twist the bolt crankshaft a few times to make sure everything is okay. If you have twisted candles, you can even feel a slight compression in the cylinders. I'm preparing the front cover for installation. I take off the old sealant, clean it, degrease it. If you want to change the front crankshaft oil seal, it's better not to do it now. It's more convenient when the cover is on the engine. I apply sealant, but not on the whole cover, only 2 places. The rest of the perimeter is applied to the engine. Because while I will install it here, and there will touch different parts and the layer will be broken and lubricated, there may be misting and leaks. The lid is installed and I assemble everything in the reverse order. You know what the most important thing in the installation of the front cover, do not forget to install it in the upper small trimmer. At this point, the replacement of the clutch is complete and will soon be the first start, but I still have to build the exhaust, intake, thermostat hoses, and a bunch of sundries. See you soon. Thanks for watching and subscribing.